Hello everyone and welcome to the daily morning podcast of SBI Securities. So let's discuss how the markets closed on Tuesday. So Sensex closed lower by 52 points to settle at 73,953.31. Nifty closed higher by 27 points to settle at 22,529.05. Nifty Midcap 100 closed higher by 0.38%, whereas Small Cap 100 closed lower by 0.41%. Moving on to the top 5 gainers and losers on Nifty. So the top 5 gainers were Hindalco, Coal India, Tata Steel, Adani Ports and Cipla. Whereas the top 5 losers were Nestle India, Hero MotoCorp, Maruti Suzuki, IndusInd Bank and HUL. Now moving on to the BSE sector-wise advances and declines. So BSE metal, power, commodities, oil and gas, healthcare, services and reality. All these index advanced from the range of 0.01% to 4.08%, with metal being the highest gainer with 4.08%. Whereas BSE telecommunication, auto and financial services declined from the range of 0.09% to 0.28% respectively. Talking about the market breadth, where 1,579 stocks advanced, whereas 2,362 stocks declined. Talking about the 52-week high, where 202 stocks scaled new 52-week high. So some of them were ABB, BHEL, Coal India, Cochin Shipyard, Engineers India, GE T&D, Havells, Hindalco. And moving on to the 52-week low, where 25 stocks scaled new 52-week low. Talking about the FI and DI data, where FI net sold to the tune of rupees 1,874.5 crores, whereas DI's net bought rupees 3,548.9 crores. Talking about the global cues look supportive as US market closed at record highs amid expectation of rate cuts. With mixed Asian cues, we expect a flat to positive start for a market today. Now moving on to the companies who declared their quarterly earnings yesterday. So first we have is Bharat Heavy Electricals, BHEL, where the consolidated revenue was up 0.4% YOY to rupees 8,260 crores, whereas EBITDA and net profit both were down by 30.6% and 25.6% to rupees 728 crores and 490 crores respectively. Margins stood at 8.8% versus 12.8%. So overall weak set of numbers, therefore negative reaction is expected in BHEL. Vatek Vabag, the consolidated revenue, EBITDA and net profit all were up, where revenue increased by 0.8% YOY to 934 crores, EBITDA increased by 6.5% to rupees 116 crores, and the company posted a profit of 78 crores against a loss of 112 crores. So Vatek Vabag will be in focus. Next we have is Eris Life Science, where the consolidated revenue was up 36.8% YOY to rupees 551 crores. EBITDA was up 25% YOY to rupees 148 crores, and net profit was also up by 29.5% YOY to rupees 80 crores. So strong set of numbers declared by Eris Life Science. So therefore positive reaction expected in Eris Life Science. Next we have is FIAM Industries, with the consolidated revenue, EBITDA and net profit all were up by 27.8%, 23.9% and 21.6% YOY to rupees 558 crores, 75 crores and 46 crores. Margins stood at 13.4% versus 13.9%. So overall strong set of numbers declared by FIAM. So overall positive for the company. JK Tyres and Industries, the consolidated revenue was up 1.8% YOY to rupees 3,698 crores. EBITDA and net profit were also up by 27.9% and 53.9% YOY to rupees 481 crores and 172 crores. So overall decent set of numbers declared by JK Tyres, therefore positive reaction is expected. Ircon International, the consolidated revenue was down 1% YOY to rupees 3,743 crores. EBITDA was up 56.3% YOY to rupees 286 crores. However, net profit was down by 3.8% YOY to rupees 247 crores. Margins stood at 7.6% against 4.8%. So overall mixed set of numbers. So therefore neutral reaction is expected in Ircon. Dollar Industries, the consolidated revenue was up 23% YOY to rupees 500 crores. EBITDA stood at 57 crores against 11 crores, and net profit stood at 34 crores against 46 lakhs. So overall good set of numbers declared by Dollar Industries, therefore positive reaction is expected. Metropolis Healthcare, where the consolidated revenue was up 17.2% YOY to rupees 331 crores. EBITDA and net profit were also up by 13.8% and 9.1% to rupees 80 crores and 37 crores. And the margins stood at 24.2% versus 24.9%. So overall decent set of numbers declared by Metropolis Healthcare. So overall positive reaction is expected. GE T&D India, where the consolidated revenue was up 30% YOY at rupees 914 crores. EBITDA stood at 111 crores versus 28 crores. And net profit, the company posted a profit of rupees 66 crores against a loss of 15 crores. So overall, the results were better than the market expectations. So overall, positive reaction is expected. Hitachi Energy India, the consolidated revenue was up 27% YOY to rupees 1,695 crores. EBITDA was up by 91.4% YOY to rupees 182 crores. And the company posted a net profit of 114 crores against 51 crores. Margins stood at 10.7% versus 7.1%. So overall, the numbers were better than the market expectations. So positive reaction is expected. Lakshmi Organic Industries, where the consolidated revenue, EBITDA and net profit all were up by 8.4%, 55.2% and 82.5% at rupees 792 crores, 90 crores and 44 crores. Margins stood at 11.4% versus 7.9%. So the numbers were better than the market expectation. Therefore, positive reaction is expected in Lakshmi Organic Industries. Gujarat State Fertilizers and Chemical, the consolidated revenue was down 17.6% YOY. EBITDA was also down by 92.1% YOY and net profit was also down by 89.1% YOY. Margins stood at 1.3% against 13.7%. So overall weak numbers declared. Therefore, negative reaction is expected. Mayur Uniquotors, the consolidated revenue was up 14.3% YOY to rupees 221 crores. EBITDA and net profit both were up by 17.2% and 37.8% to rupees 41 crores and 32 crores respectively. So decent set of numbers declared by Mayur Uniquotors. So positive for the company. Maharashtra Seamless, the consolidated revenue was down 25.6% YOY to rupees 1,215 crores. EBITDA and net profit were also down by 14.4% and 41.4% to rupees 275 crores and 218 crores. However, margins stood at 22.6% against 19.7% YOY. So overall weak numbers declared by Maharashtra Seamless. So therefore negative reaction is expected. Sheela Foam, the consolidated revenue, EBITDA and net profit were up by 16%, 3% and 49.5% YOY to rupees 845 crores, 81 crores and 65 crores. Margin stood at 9.5% against 10.7%. So overall decent set of numbers declared by Sheela Foam. So overall positive reaction is expected. Gulf Oil Lubricants India, the consolidated revenue, EBITDA and net profit were up by 9.8%, 34% and 40% to rupees 870 crores, 117 crores and 87 crores. So overall strong set of numbers declared by Gulf Oil. Therefore positive for the company. PI Industries, the consolidated revenue was up 11.2% YOY to rupees 1,741 crores. EBITDA and net profit were also up by 29% and 31.7% to rupees 442 and 370 crores. Margins stood at 25.4% versus 22%. So overall good set of numbers declared by PI Industries. Therefore positive for the company. Now moving on to the companies who will be declaring their quarterly earnings today. So some of them are Sun Pharma, Power Grid Corporation, Grasim Industries, Max Healthcare Institute, Torrent Power, FSN E-Commerce Ventures, Petronet LNG, New India Assurance, Jubilant Foodworks, Metro Brands, Gland Pharma, Indigo Paints, Gujarat Pipavav, Garden Ridge Shipbuilders, Minda Corp, Star Cement and so on. Now moving on to the stocks which are likely to be in focus. So first one we have is TVS Motors. So the company launched the TVS iQube electric scooter in Sri Lanka. So positive for TVS Motors. Suyog Telematics, the company has signed a 15-year pact with BSNL for the rollout of sites across India. So positive for Suyog in long term. Indigo Remedies, the company has received the final approval from US FDA for an abbreviated new drug application for pregabalin capsules, which is for nerve pain treatment. So overall positive for Indigo Remedies in short term. Biocon, the company's arm Biocon Biologics has announced the US FDA the company's first to file application for Yesafili. So positive for Biocon. GR Infra Projects, The company has emerged as the lowest bidder for the Pune Ring Road project worth rupees 1,997 crores and the Varda Expressway Road project worth rupees 2,350 crores. So positive for GR Infra in long term. Royal Orchid Hotels, the company has opened a 5-star resort in Kewadia, Gujarat. So positive for the company in long term. Reliance Industries, the company has signed a license agreement with Nel Hydrogen Electrolyzers in which the company will get an exclusive license for Nel's alkaline electrolyzers in India and allow RIL to manufacture Nel's alkaline electrolyzers for captive purpose globally. So positive for the company. PNC Infratech, the company has emerged as the lowest bidder for 2 road projects worth rupees 4,994 crores for MSRDC. So positive for the company in long term. HG Infra Engineering, the company has emerged as the lowest bidder for 2 MSRDC projects worth rupees 4,142 crores. So overall positive for the company. Now moving on to the IPO offering, where we have Office Space Solution, where the company will offer its share for bidding on Wednesday, and the price band is set from rupees 364 to 383 per share. It is a 598.93 crore IPO, which is a combination of fresh issue of rupees 128 crores and rest is offer for sale. The company has raised rupees 268 crores from anchor investors. Moving on to the bulk deal, where we have the first one is Protein GOV Technologies, where the HDFC Bank sold 12.94 lakh shares, while Nippon India Mutual Fund bought 12.78 lakh shares at rupees 1,160 per share. And second we have is Aptus Value Housing Finance, where JIH LI LLC sold 1.01 crore shares at rupees 294.7 per share. Wedgebridge Crossover Fund LLC sold 2.47 crore shares at rupees 294.15 per share, while Eastbridge Capital Master Fund 1 bought 43.18 lakh shares. Moving on to the corporate action, where the first one we have is X record dividend, where State Bank of India, Pony Sugars, Colgate Palmolive, Trent, Oberoi Realty, the Great Eastern Shipping, Sula Vineyard is there. Yeah, so that was all about the Fundamental Daily Morning Podcast. Thank you for listening.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.